What up, Neos? It's Yusuf again for another good games that no one played. This time it's Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Impact. Naruto games have such crazy names, don't they? The story, if I recall correctly, is that they sold the Naruto license to a lot of different gaming companies. So that is the reason why there's so many Naruto games out there. I just haven't seen any videos that actually praise one game other than Ultimate Ninja Storm. So that's why I'm making this one. Be sure to like and subscribe to my content, please. I do plot summaries of older games and game reviews like this one. Now, I really like Naruto. I bought the comics for a while, but then as usual, I found out that the comics were only on sale because there was already a TV show. So then I binge watched about 50 episodes of the original series and came to realize that I don't have time for all this stupid filler. Nowadays I teach, and the kids will start to talk about Naruto Shippuden, and I know way too much about it. Like at some point I did a deep dive and made sense of all Naruto lore on a physical versus magical level. I'm Team Sasuke because I have the Sharingan myself, and I'm left-handed. We are talking about early Sharingan, where you can see someone's techniques to the point where you can counter and explain them. Also, prolonged use of the Sharingan does exhaust me a lot, which I experience when I actually play tennis matches. It's weird, you get this hyper level of focus to the point where things kinda slow down and it throws your timing off. It's hard to explain, but it's like your brain is seeing things at 30 frames per second, and all of a sudden it jumps up to 60 frames per second. Things start moving a little bit slower, but you can take in more information that way. Then you're able to react to the information that you take in real time as if you're using reflexes instead of planning. It's really weird. Of course, having the gifts of the Sharingan or even being a genius don't automatically gift you a win. Other people are stronger, faster, or smarter than you. That's why you have to work really hard. The talent is a talent. That's what I used to like about Sasuke in the show. He used to get his butt handed to him all the time, even though he was a genius. And he had to go on pilgrimages to get his strength up so that he could even compete with Naruto. You know what I mean? Anyway, the show is pretty attractive because of the uniqueness of the characters and their backstories. The writers will mention something in one episode and actually explain it in a story a while later. And some anime and cartoons have a hard time doing that and making it gel with the rest of the plot. But at some point, it gets old to the point where the characters' understandable motivations turn into a hyper-fixated quest that forces you to ignore things that don't make real sense. I mean, every ninja is tied into another ninja that is close to Naruto, and none of them can solve their own problems. Naruto just keeps getting inexplicably Goku'd until Shippuden is over. But then you start to find out that your favorite characters having grown actually makes them less part of the story, and that's kinda lame. That's when I gave up on the show and started playing the games. I didn't miss anything. Any big fight was drawn out, and most of the lore could be filled in by those anime balls deep guys who also have a Yusuf, and they have cool accents, so how about that? Unfortunately for me, the stories are covered in the video games. The fighting games specifically, like Ultimate Ninja Storm and Ultimate Ninja, do a really great job of filling you in. But everyone usually talks about those. And there is one that I enjoyed playing that covered a ridiculous amount of story, and that was on the PSP. And that is, of course, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Impact. This game covers the beginning of Shippuden till Sasuke and Naruto fight at the end of the 5 Kage Summit. However, this game is one of the more thorough retellings. Ultimate Ninja Storm caught up with the storytelling, but it took like 3 games to cover what they covered in this one. The first 2 games were pretty bad with the story mode. The style of storytelling in Ultimate Ninja Impact is that of a graphic novel with a surprising amount of voiceovers, in which they use still pictures of characters that change facial expressions. I don't know how they do it. I mean, what kind of idiot thinks that they can supplement their audio with a bunch of stupid slides of them changing emotions? Straight garbage. Although this is a pretty dope way to save space on the tiny disc that the PSP uses, this game suffers from a thing called push A to continue. You see, every once in a while, you run into a game that insists on you pushing a button to continue dialogue. Like, you can't just let it play out, you have to be an active listener. Every line of dialogue. And if you push the button too early, it'll cut off the voice and skip to the next line. That's like if someone was telling you a story and they wouldn't continue unless you said, Oh, and sometimes the AI says the same thing about 1,000,000 times in the stages.
Sensei, he's amazing. I think I'm finally beginning to understand just how good Kakashi-sensei really is. Kakashi-sensei, he's amazing. I think I'm finally beginning to understand just how good Kakashi-sensei really is.
Lightning blade!
Kakashi-sensei, he's amazing.
At any rate, in Naruto fighting games, after the story is told, you would normally go into a regular street fight. However, in this game, we will go into a Dynasty Warriors style solo battle where you have to beat up a bunch of jobber ninja and then beat up the main bad guy or complete the objectives or what have you. But unlike Dynasty Warriors, it's faster paced and the screen is pulled back a bit. Like the fighting games, you have items that I never use, substitution jutsus, and super moves that increase with the use of a power-up button. The chakra bar is in blue, and the game is nice enough to tell you when you have enough chakra to do a super move. You have 2 combo buttons, one that combos and one that combo finishes. You have about 3 options of a combo finisher, and that's based on how many times you hit the combo button prior. If you have a group of jobbers, you would want to figure out the combo that ends in an area of effect attack, AoE. You also have super moves, but no real way to combo into them. Nowadays, we are all spoiled because we don't need to throw out a super move all willy-nilly like the old days. Now we can confirm the combo in the first couple of hits, and then if we make contact, we can finish the combo into a super. In this game, you basically think, here's a good place to try a super, and then you do it. The thing with this game is, because there are so many jobbers around, if your super affects a group, then you can target the jobber standing next to the boss and attack the boss indirectly. Because you can charge up chakra, you can pretty much spam super moves all day. But the game changes characters a good amount of times to keep it fresh. Sasuke has only one AoE attack, and that's his super move, so that's about all you will use with him. Another problem that I have is they do one of those QTEs in the beginning of the game, like Ultimate Ninja Storm. However, they don't do this anymore in the game. I searched through all my footage and I couldn't find one extra one.
Now then, time for the main event.
We caught you, Kakashi-sensei!
Lightning blade!
Chakra now!
What?
Let's go! Our strategy worked!
You've grown strong, the both of you.
Now, I don't know if they did one and then somebody told them they didn't have the budget for it, or they looked at how much story they were covering and found out that they were probably going to run out of space, or quite possibly they only put it at the beginning to try and fool reviewers into telling people that there's these QTEs that are awesome so that when they don't play the whole game, it suckers all the people into buying it. But the game's good enough without them. It's just, what? Why? I mean, they don't even have a cool QTE at the end. Like, the end of the game, they're just like, everybody's just back to the talking pictures again. So, I mean, I think they're just trying to hornswoggle us. But, I mean, it's whatever. I like the game anyway. I mean, you play as multiple characters in the game, you get everybody's perspective, you cover a big amount of story, and all the characters you play don't really repeat the moves. They all have their own special set of moves and a super move. Chill, bro. I think y'all devs did enough, man. You're good. You did a good job, man. Pats on the back for everyone. Anyway, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Impact is a pretty good stress reliever. It's long and it tells a good story like an RPG. It has you mow through jobbers like Dynasty warriors, and has ill super moves like the Naruto fighting games. I wish they made more than this one. And that's all I got. Again, if you want to check out all the Shippuden lore, Anime Balls Deep is a pretty good channel. I had to stop watching them because I don't want Boruto plot spoiled. Please hit the like button to help my channel out. 30 likes would be cool, guys. I'm hoping y'all give me some likes for getting up so that I can do the summary, so check that video out. I won't be doing a plot summary of this one, of course. Here's a secret. Naruto comes up with an elaborate plan to hit a guy with the Rasengan, and then gives him a lecture about friendship. Since no one ever beats him, Naruto is never proven wrong. Until next time, y'all save me like Neo saved Agent Smith. Peace.